Good morning. I guess it's been a while. Cord's a little shaped, shall we say. All right, let's get some coffee in me. Hey, Tom, good morning. Joe, good morning. How are you, my friend? Brass. Here we go. Memory serves, we're going to do about 3 millimeter. Go for it. That's loud. This? DJI up, my lovers? Exactly. How loud is that? Is that too loud? I'll mute. I pulled out the A10 yesterday after a bit of cleanup. Good for you. It's okay. If it's too loud, I can mute the mic. Let me know. So we're going pretty deep with this, like so. Come on. Hey, Peter, good morning. Earbuds will need to make sure the volume is low. If you mute the mic, we can't hear your lovely voice. Well, I'm going to mute the mic while I'm using the saw and then unmute it when I'm done. Okay. I'm just trying to get some of this thing into position. Give me a second, guys. There we go. Close enough. Coffee. All right. Anyway, happy Friday, everybody. Joe, you are correct. Happy Friday, mother lovers. This is where we get to the fun part. And 3 millimeters literally means this piece is going to go flying. So we'll try to use some blue tag. Yes, it is. Yep. I also have a speed controller on it, which may or may not be needed, but yes. So a guy walking a bar with a parrot with sunglasses on his shoulders. I was like, how do you get him to do that? Parrot goes off. Parrot goes, got him in Florida, got millions of them. Nice. Nice, Joe. Ruler? I just do it with the ruler. Get back. Exposed part is 3. We're going to go in about 2. Let's see. Let's take this leg apart, foot apart. Shit. It goes in pretty far. All right, there's my mark for how deep I am. How deep is your love? Right there, we now know. What you cutting? I'm cutting brass. Richie, good morning. Happy Friday indeed, brother. Happy Friday indeed. Okay. In fact, nah. Let's see how big the blade's pretty thick, so let's see what this thing does. Why not just use a saw? Much easier to do it this way. Trying to cut brass that thin, it's hard to saw it. Okay. Damn it. There we go. That's where we want it. Tube cutters are great. Work for both styrene and brass tubing. Yeah, it's just that this tubing is so small. I don't have a tube cutter, pipe cutter that'll actually wrap around it. Watch the cable. Oh, this cable. Oh, yeah. Power cable. Hell yeah. Trust me, that was one of the first things I said when I jumped on. Okay. Muting. Okay. Very quick work. I can't wait to go home and finish prepping for one of my builds for paints tomorrow. Nice. What are you airbrushing tomorrow, Richie? There's a burr on here. I'm just going to try to get the burr off it. Hey, Nick. Good morning. How are you? Nick. Okay. Get that. That out of the way for a second. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. I'm alive and it's Friday, so bonus. Well, I'd hope that being alive is not a bonus. There it is. Do some measuring. Just under 3 mil, which is, I guess will be fine. Let's see what happens when we get the leg on here. Gonna have to angle that back. Shit. Or extend. So a little bit of an issue here. That brass piece, let's see if I can get close. You see where it's been installed? Not a lot of space to move it further forward into the ball socket area without compromising the material that's supporting it. However, when I put the foot on here, you can see it's a little too far forward. So now the question is, do I extend the ankle out a little bit in order to fill that gap? Because I'm not going to be able to tip it in anymore. I think that's probably what we're going to do. We're going to extend that ankle back to be able to fill some of that gap. I think that would make the most sense. Just a second. I just want to get this guy assembled again, just to get overall sort of sense for how he's going to be standing. Yeah. I think we are going to do that. I think what we'll do is we'll assemble the brass here, all of it, and then extend that ankle bit out. Which is fine because it'll actually give a little bit more meat to that ankle. So this is becoming a project. Oops, hello. I'm hoping we're still on. Are we still on? Guys, give me thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know if we're still on. Paul has lifted his skirt. The day started. Grab today by the balls and make it your bitch. It's a day. Oh, I am in a mood. Oh, you are in a mood. Again, let me know if guys, if we're still on. Yes, no. Yes, no. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Everything seems to be functioning, but I heard the telltale blip. Okay. Joe's waving, so I'm assuming the answer is we're still good. We have sound. Good. We have sound and picture, hopefully, so that's all good. Okay. We're going to get the second brass piece on here, and then we're going to start, like I said, extending some of this ankle bit. And then once that works, then we're going to do the other side. Anyway, it is Friday. we have our Patriot meeting tonight. It's at 8. We have a PatCon committee meeting at 7. We've got a client meeting at 3:30. I have a client meeting at 9:30. I'm going to do my best to just make it through the day. Well, that went in pretty far. I like that. I'd rather this thing go in pretty far. All right, guys, give me a second. Okay. Sorry about that. Was everybody drinking coffee now? Something here, I can feel it in my nuggets. Really? In your nuggets, huh? All right, let's do a quick little test here. Sorry. It's getting a little dirty to the point where I can't even see clearly enough. Chicken Joe from Surf's Up. Really? I don't think I ever saw Surf's Up. Actually, I'm pretty sure I didn't. There we go. That's better. There should be. Tighten it down. Let's get the goober on here to prevent this brass piece from flying. It's good about a penguin surfer mockumentary by DreamWorks, early stuff, so it's good. Yeah, I remember it because I think my kids probably saw it. I personally don't remember watching it, but that stuff gets a little forgot. All right, I'm going to mute you guys again. I'm going to chop this thing. We'll be right back. Okay. buffer. It's a nice function. Mute so our ears don't die. Thanks. Yeah. And what's convenient is the microphone allows me to just literally just touch it and it goes into mute mode. So no, thank you, Nick. And then trust me, I know that I can sometimes, you guys, it's like, no, I actually do care. I don't want to blow people's eardrums out or anything like that, cause harm. So I'm glad that that's, okay, there we go. I'm glad that that's working out for you guys as well. What's also kind of nice is very quickly I can mute it. So if my kids come down here, they want to have a private conversation or what have you, it's a lot of pluses to having that mute button. Okay, very quickly. There we go. So now all we need to do is I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to put away 2 of these brass. We'll put the brass tubes away for a second. We're going to leave these out because we are going to reuse these things for the other side. I'm not going to work on the other side now. We're going to continue. The way I usually work, and those who've been following me for a while know, normally what I do is I will work on one side and figure it out, see what kind of works, and then once all that's completed, then work on the other side. We're going to unplug this thing. Looks like we've lost a lot of people, which is too bad because I will say, this little Harbor Freight thing has actually been a great purchase. I don't use it very often, but when I do, it's great. Not only the saw itself, but even something like this little speed controller, which I didn't need to use right now, but it's nice to have that speed controller if I wanted to dial down the speed. If I didn't need something that's just basically going to melt the plastic, as an example, even though I'm cutting brass now, you can cut it, bring it down pretty significantly, which is nice. All right, I'm going to move that over here for now. Okay, and now we're going to grab this rod, and this rod I can just use in theory. My felt goes. In theory. It depends on how these things are great for cutting inwardly. So there should be a lot less flaring, but we're going to see. Their mini belt sander is great too, but I honestly don't use it that much. Yeah, I'd actually like to get a little belt sander, but to your point, Peter, have I had a screaming need for one? Not right now. This in some ways may end up working out extremely well, having to put that piece of plastic in the front, because I was actually thinking about burrowing into the material above. Now I don't have to do that. I can actually just layer a piece. That reminds me, I need to get to my sister's house and get more of my dad's tools and toolboxes. Yeah, definitely. Especially if they're just collecting dust and doing nothing, 100%. We're going to go to 2 mil. Not that this side, well, actually, no, I take it back because we have to go into the material. 2 mil, 4 mil. We're going to do 4 mil. Oh, shit. Man, fucking eyesight ain't what it used to be. The only fear I have with dropping this in right now, which actually, you know what I'm going to do? Drop in a little blue tack into the tube to prevent prevent the piece that I just cut from sliding all the way in. They sell different blades for that mini chop saw. I think they do, Peter. I honestly can't say. So when I was doing my original looking into purchasing something like this, I wanted, actually the one that I really wanted was the Proxen cutter, the table saw, and that kind of thing. But it just, at the time and still, it just financially just didn't make sense. And that the reason I'm bringing that up, because the Proxen has quite a bit of quite a few options for blades. This one, I think they do have more options, but I can't recall. I genuinely cannot recall. Okay. Okay. So I'm just jamming in a little bit of blue tack in there, just to prevent me from completely losing the little pieces that I cut all the way in. I mean, they can be fished out, but I don't want to continue to fight it, right? Oops. Uh-oh. There we go. Huh. It's wanting to stick to this piece that I'm... Okay. Try this again. Break out a needle instead. Fuck's sake. It's funny. It's like wanting to stick to the everything except this tube. There we go. Okay. A little blue tack inside. Now let's just drop one of these pieces in. Sometimes video where he makes some modifications to that mini chop saw, but I can't remember what he does. Yeah. I'm kind of curious. What would he do to it, right? There's one. Did he add a big mustache and throw it out? It's a possibility, I guess. Yeah, I think that's nice. For real? Okay. Drop this little piece in. No, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. What man behind the curtain? You? Okay. I'm going to drop this in and we're going to call it a session, I think, this morning. I'll come close to it. Yeah, I got about 5 minutes more. Maybe I'm not going to call it a session quite yet. Ooh, that one's saying, ooh, yeah, fuck. I guess that blue tack didn't go quite what I wanted it to do. Dropping a little bit more blue tack into that one. Recent purchase from AliExpress for a couple bucks, $5, $4, whatever. These have been great. Don't use them again as much as I, use something like these leaf spring kind, but I do like those quite a bit. They're very nice. Very nice. Are you Zooming tonight? I am. Yeah, Peter, I said, I think early on, we got the 8 o'clock meeting. I will be on that. Also, Peter, I'm not sure if you're up for it, but it's 7 o'clock. Anybody who's interested in being on the PatCon committee, we are doing a meeting with the PatCon committee from 7 to 8. If you're up for it, I'll send you the link. And if not, no worries. We'll see you at 8. Once again, I do stupid shit. I put that needle down somewhere. And now I've lost where I put that needle down. That's okay. Oh, there it is. There we go. I get the zoomies every night. I bet they do. Come on. I need to just do a little bit of cleanup around it. Okay. Come on. All right. Scale ain't great. But you know what? That is okay. Now let's get this thing on here. The ankle forward a bit. Okay. So that's what we got in terms of the entire assembly right now. And as you can see, they're pretty far forward. So what I'll do is I'll put some kind of a piece of material behind here to act as sort of a, just give it a little bit more material. It was a great movie to watch. Equilibrium came out sometime. Matrix was a shadow, but great movie. This Sean Bean is in it. It's always what's his name? God, guy played Batman. Can't believe I'm spacing out. I can visualize Christian Bale. Yeah. What do they call it? A gun fu? I remember that film. That was a fun film. It's been a while since I've seen it, but that was a fun film. Gun Fu. It was a fun film. I think there were some, Christian Bale was in it. Yep. And Batman leaves church early. Christian Bale. Nice. Yeah, right. Let's put away the brass rod now. Okay. So we got those pieces. And I'll tonight, maybe while I'm working on the, while we're doing our Zoom meeting, I might work on this guy tonight. Politics remind me of today. I've got to rewatch I mean, it's basically a dystopian society that kind of pretends to be utopian. Yeah. So we're going to do a blown out knee. When the time comes, we'll do a blown out knee. Just some damage along the knee. There's going to be a lot of maybe some kind of a blow. It's one of the things that I haven't gotten to, and I'll kind of leave it with this. Obviously, been doing a lot of testing on this guy here, but where are all these different types of damage going to come from? Obviously, that was excessive just because I was practicing, but I wanted to see where am I going to put either some kind of shell hits or some kind of beam saber damage. But we now have that in place. And like I said, all I've got to do now is probably push in the bits a little bit further in and then put a piece right at the top. Yeah, that actually looked pretty good. Yep. And then we get to repeat it on the other side. Alrighty, my friends, time for me to roll. Stay safe and stay sane, everybody. Thanks for being on this morning. I do appreciate it. Good times, good times. Always good to hang around every morning, especially on a Friday. Just felt good. Anyway, guys, go out there and do good. It's been a crazy week, month, 6 months. It's just getting nuttier and nuttier. Go out there and do good. Brighten somebody's world as much as you possibly can. Nick, have a good one, brother. Put a smile on somebody's face. Make somebody laugh. Help somebody out. Don't vilify. Don't treat them like shit. Didn't get damaged until Sharp figured out with Zugak. Yeah. So go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. It's imperative that we do this. We don't leave it to others to do it. Help somebody out. Do good. Enjoy the day, guys. I will see you tomorrow morning. Maybe a little further along on this. We'll see. But enjoy, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.